one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it because you can.
Put your hands behind your back, dude. I'm not doing this.
Hey guys, so I came across a video of a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy out of Hesperia, California, and I noticed that a lot of people were commenting on these different news stories that I saw about this one incident that happened about a month ago. I'll put a link to the news clips down in the description box. You can go in the description box of this video and you can click those links and check out the news stories. There's a couple different angles. One is back a little bit, and then another one is closer up of this incident. And I thought, this is what I do. I give my opinions, or I record law enforcement. I hold them accountable, and I don't know. So anyway, I thought this is what I do. So I'll weigh in on it. I'll give you my opinion, and let you give your opinion in the comment section below after watching this incident. I'm going to give you a I'm going to give you a video clip here as well. But a little backstory for people that may not know. I've been following law enforcement since 86, 88, 1988 or so. Um, I mean, I've been watching law enforcement since I was 12 years old, but I've gone beyond that. In Texas, I passed level one peace officer course with a 91% on the test in Austin, Texas. I could have been a cop in Texas, but my father had died. My mother was getting very ill. So I moved back to California to ensure my mother was taken care of and just stayed in California. Um, I've been through the powers of arrest course here in California. So I know a little bit. I'm not just some bystander. I have quite a bit of education actually in law and um, in law enforcement. And I trained in Aikido. I've trained extensively in Aikido, so I know control holds. I was trying to get the other one, that one, and then this one, put your elbow, lock it, you know. Um, and I digress, but I kind of know some things. I'm not just some guy who doesn't know. I've taken law courses in college, the University of Maryland, Central Texas College. I've taken law courses, University of San Bernardino. I've taken courses in law and law enforcement, and so I'm college educated as well as just being an observer. So when I speak, I'm not just some guy that doesn't know what he's talking about, although I'm not always right. I'm wrong, just like any other human being can be. But I have a lot of education in law, criminal law, law enforcement. I've been educated collegiately. Is that a word? I digress. So this incident here. So apparently, the Pathways to College up in Hesperia made a call to the police that there were teens who brought weapons onto campus. The deputies arrive. The deputy arrives. He goes to talk to these teens, and this 14-year-old kid walks away from him, apparently, and he goes to detain him. He ends up having to handcuff him because, again, he got a call that there was a weapon brought on campus. And he gives him strikes to the head because the teenager is resisting. Now, there are a lot of people that are criticizing this deputy. And if you watch again, you can click the news clip links in my description box. But they're criticizing the deputy and saying, look, it's just a 14-year-old kid. Well, 14-year-old boys can resist like 20-year-old men. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And you guys know me. I'd be the first to call this deputy out and even call him out to be fired if I think he's wrong. Um, there's a couple of things here, though, and I'm going to draw criticism, but I welcome it down below, guys, and we can talk about it. But the first thing is when you guys record these cops and and maybe it's just the news that did it. I can't find a full video of this incident. I've looked on YouTube and through social media and I can't find, all I can find is the short clip of the deputy trying to make the arrest. But when you guys start recording these cops, you got to stop uploading the clip of when the person gets arrested. Look, this is what the cop did. Yeah, but what happened 3 minutes prior? What happened 5 minutes prior? What led up to that? Well, see what the cop did. He threw the kid on the ground. Okay, but why? What happened before that? You guys got to start giving us the whole story. That's why when I record the police, you'll see my videos. I'm walking up to the cop, or walking up to the cop car, or walking up to the incident, because I want you to know what's going on as I'm walking up there. Not, oh, look what happened. Yeah, but what happened 3 minutes before that? You see. So you guys are going to have to start giving us the whole, start recording when you're walking up there or when the cop walks up, go, hey, I'm recording you. Give us the whole story so we know. Um, Otherwise, we could end up with crow on our face, egg on our face, be like, oh, I guess the cop was, whatever. Um, a second thing, and I'm sorry if I'm trying to make this make sense. It's 4:45 a.m. in the morning. I just couldn't sleep and I'm very tired. But again, I digress. So the second thing, people are saying this deputy punched a 14-year-old. He's not punching him. Punching him would be like if he was punching him. He's giving him strikes.
Doing this.
Captured on cell phone video, a San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy from the Hesperia Police Department is seen struggling to detain a 14-year-old boy who is clearly resisting.
Put your hands back.
After the deputy punches the teenager, witnesses can be heard saying,
You cannot hit the kid in the head!
Okay. And that's to get him to stop resisting. And again, what happened 3 minutes prior? They're saying the teen walked away from the cop as he said, come here, come here. And he just walked away from him and he had to detain him if there was a call of a weapon on campus. Had to detain him. Um, and again, to appease my subscribers, I mean, there's nothing more that, you want to find the deputy at fault. I can't at this, from what I see in the video. You guys got to give us more video here, you people that are recording. But here, um, they didn't find any weapons on the kids. So now my next question is, who called? The parents are all upset at the cops. The parents are like, well, the cop this and the deputy, and they've even hired an attorney. It looks like the family may file a lawsuit on the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department or that deputy for what happened to that teenager. But who made the call? Hey, these looks like these kids may have brought a weapon onto our campus. Well, they didn't have a weapon.
I understand if my son was resisting arrest, but what that police officer did was out of hand. It was uncalled for, it was excessive, and it was an abuse of power.
Hands back.
You can see punches directly to a face, to a gut. This is a 14-year-old boy.
So who made the call? That's who you should be looking into, because that happens sometimes. People will make false calls. I was doing a First Amendment audit of a certain agency building, and they called. And when the deputy came out, he goes, yeah, we got calls that you were up there banging on the door and pulling on the handle. I had been on the sidewalk the entire time. But when people call, yeah, he's doing this and this. Well, I'm recording the whole video. I recorded from the time I walked up to the time the deputy got there. you know? And he goes, yeah, well, we got calls that you were banging on the door and pull. I said, I've been on the sidewalk the entire time. I don't know how I did that. So people do lie to the cops when they call them. I'm not saying they lied, the pathway to college lied, but I'm just saying if there was a call of weapons, these kids may have weapons on the campus and they didn't have any weapon. Who called? And if the person called didn't say that, who's the dispatcher that put the call in? You see, somewhere, it's like that thing where you whisper in someone's ear and it goes down the line, and by the time it gets to the 20th person, he's whispering something totally different. Kind of like that. So, who made the call? Who put the call in to dispatch a deputy? And was that even the call? Maybe the deputy, you know? So, I'm just trying to put this together and not put blame on one person. We're trying to figure it out here. Why? I don't know. Just something internal in me. I don't know. I hate to see people wronged in life and in the community. I hate to see people wronged. And but people are blaming this deputy and saying he was punching this teen, and it's just a 14-year-old boy, you know. Um, if the kid was acting like an adult and resisting, and he even like you could see he looked like the teen tried to punch the deputy back, and maybe that was a defensive gesture. But if a 14-year-old acts like a 22-year-old, he's going to get treated like a 22-year-old. I hate to tell you, what's the answer? The answer is parents, school teachers, whoever. We got to start raising these kids better because there are kids out there that have no respect whatsoever because they're not raised right. They're not raised right. When I was a kid, you mouth off to an adult, you get a backhand. Today, the adults go, "Oh my God, shocking." No, it's not shocking. Give a little sucker a pop in the mouth. You know, these kids are not raised right today. Not all the time. Some are. I digress. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Again, I watched these video clips probably 12 to 15 times over and over, watching, looking, and trying to find fault with the deputy. And there's just not enough video information to know what happened 3 minutes prior. And the deputy's not punching him, he's striking him. There's a difference.